What's up, how you doing? Here we are, beautiful day today. Today is feels like summer. Very, very warm. There's a breeze going. It's about 3 miles an hour west to east, and it's lovely. Today is nice, dry, beautiful. So we're gonna try a product here. Bolin Bottling Company, canned cola, or cane cola, sorry, established 1891. This thing contains cane sugar, carbonated water, caramel flavors, caffeine. It's like Coca-Cola, but I don't know if you can see that. We're going to try this product. I have a can opener right here, but I'm going to use the can opener in my pocket. Ice. Let it cool down. And I will try it now, see how it tastes. Has a good smell. Nice, refreshing. It smells refreshing, that's what it is. That is good. I highly recommend this product. Boilin. Mama's boy, going home to mama right now. Get a little kiss on the cheek. So, Boilin Bottling Company, established 1891, like I said before. And this one has a Best Buy date. Best Buy November 7th, 2025. Man, that is good. Delicious. See if it'll fit the rest of it. Close enough. So I have some skewers here, marinating. Two of them, good quality prime cut of beef. There's tomatoes, onions, and no tomatoes, peppers and onions, and the beef. Have the fire going over there because that's one of the ingredients, fire. So we'll put that in a little bit. All right, now. Found an album. So this was a big deal when I was growing up. We Are the World by USA for Africa. So there was a Band Aid that released a Christmas song a little bit before this, maybe 84, and that was a cool tune. Good tune, well written, and then so you had to have the American artists come out and do their thing. So this one was produced by Quincy, or Quincy Jones. I don't know, I prefer Quincy. I know some people say Quincy, but I like Quincy. It's just the way I like it. Now if I ever met him and he said that's not the way I pronounce my name, it's Quincy, I will call him Quincy. But the way I grew up, it was Quincy. No relation to Quincy MD. So anyway, this came out, I remember, and I was home came on. It was all exciting. All these artists that I like were all on one tune. And of course, my idol at the time, Billy Joel, had a little line there, and the truth, you know, love is all we need, which half of it is sung as a duet with, I think it was Tina Turner, right? But Paul Simon, Michael Jackson, and Lionel Richie co-wrote. And I will tell you something about Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie does not age. Does not age. Looks the same in this picture as he looks today when he's on American Idol. Same. But they stuck him all the way in the back in the picture. You know, Michael Jackson's up in the front, Lionel Richie's all the way in the back with Kenny Loggins. And then you have a few people in here wearing USA for Africa t-shirts. Diana Ross has one, Kenny Rogers, and who's that? Joel Olsen. I don't know. Joel Olsen. I don't know who's that. And Bette Midler is down here. I don't remember her part. I don't know what she sang in there as a soloist. Daryl Hall. I'm a huge fan of Hall & Oates. Love Daryl Hall. Good vocals. He had that soulful sound. You know, even to this day I listen to Hall & Oates. Just before the pandemic hit, we had tickets at the Hollywood Bowl to go see Hall & Oates. And then they were canceling concerts left and right, and that one got hit, and we never rescheduled. But I would love to see them. I don't know now. I mean, now maybe they're not speaking to each other, but Stevie Wonder, he had a string of amazing albums, and then, you know, kind of faded out a little bit. I haven't heard much from him in decades. But at one point in the 80s, he was fire hot. 70s. Bob Dylan is in here. Bob Dylan, I don't know, he's like an awkward guy. He had a hard time singing that song. They had to do a few takes, and then Stevie Wonder came in there and helped out. And Prince was supposed to be on here, and they say that, I think Lionel said to him, we're going to put you next to Michael Jackson. And then he said, no, I'm not interested in doing that. And then Lionel said, I'll call you back. And then he just said, you know, too much. He didn't call him back. But the one that's missing that you would think would have been in here, there's a couple people that I think of, but Madonna. Madonna at the time, I mean, this is 1985. Madonna was red hot in 85, and yet she's not here. And I've never heard anything from her to say, yeah, I just didn't feel like showing up, or I was out of state, or I was out of the country. Nothing. So to this day, to this date or day, it remains a mystery of why Madonna was not on this. But even Laura Branigan was huge at the time. And I loved Laura Branigan, but she's not here. Now Waylon Jennings is listed. He must be. Yeah, I think he gave a song or something. I don't know. He did something because he's listed here. Waylon Jennings. I love Waylon Jennings. I mean, he was the narrator, Dukes of Hazzard. Never saw his face. They always, as the song says, they only showed his hands. But I liked Waylon. Waylon, that's a name you don't hear much. Nobody names their kid Waylon. Waylon. But Willie Nelson is here. Delicious. Willie Nelson is a busy guy. He's got like 1 million albums he's worked on. He just released one, like, was it a couple of weeks ago? Every time you look around, there's a new Willie Nelson album, and I'm a fan of his. I actually saw him live in 2005. So I was there, and the opening act for him was the Los Lonely Boys, and I was a huge fan. I still, you know, I know they broke up, I know they had issues, but I love that album. You know, great album. That was it the first or the second one that came out? Awesome music, awesome music. Great guitar playing. I mean, I'm a huge fan of theirs. If they ever came back together, I'd love to see them. But they were opening up for Willie Nelson, and they were out there with nice brand new technology, nice guitars, nice drums, all that, right? And they did their set, and then Willie Nelson came out, and Willie Nelson came out with stuff that looked like it was from like 1940s. Little drum set, his guitar with the hole in it. I think his sister was there. Yeah, she was there doing vocals and I don't know, something else, tambourine. And then he did a bunch of songs, and there were these two girls in front of us, and they knew every lyric to every song. I mean, I know a lot of them, but they knew everything, including the new one at the time, the one that he did with Toby Keith, Beer for My Horses. Love that tune, but at the time I didn't know that tune, so they were singing along. I go, that's a good tune. I was thinking, what album is that off of? But it was a duet. It was off of one of Toby Keith's albums, which I'm a huge fan of. Toby Keith. Love the music. A lot of cool tunes, man. One time I ran into Jermaine Jackson. Jermaine Jackson. So I was with my daughter. My younger daughter was not born yet, and I was in an elevator in a business office, and the door opened up, and here comes Jermaine Jackson, and he was very, very kind, very nice guy. He greeted my daughter, he greeted me, my wife was there. He was very nice. I was distracted by his hair, though. He had I don't know what he had in there. It was like gel. It was very almost looked like claymation, you know, a very unique look. But I like him as a singer, so I was like, oh, that's him, you know. I saw him in an elevator. Another guy I saw, not in an elevator, but waiting for an elevator with me and my children and my wife, was Bob Saget. Many years ago, like a decade ago. Bob Saget. But anyway, I remember and this studio is not too far from here. You know, I pass by it a few times a week. Brings back memories. It's like a time capsule now. You look at it and you're like, wow, look at them. They're all young here. Paul Simon is young. Billy Joel is young. James Ingram. Great singer. Great vocalist. Here we go. Ray Charles. Man, the vocals on him, awesome. Ray Charles. Got LaToya. Steve Perry, one of the best vocalists of all time. And then you have Bruce Springsteen, the boss, passing out the checks. Oh, somebody calling me. All right, I'm back. Had to take care of something, so I had to stop the camera. Now, the fire is nice and hot, and I'm gonna cook the beef skewers. I'm gonna put them on the fire, and I'll be back for a moment. All right, the skewers are on the fire, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Madonna. Madonna not being on the song We Are the World, USA for Africa. I have never heard an official explanation as to why she was not included. At the time, this is the mid-'80s now, she was huge. I mean, I can't think of another female singer that was as big as her at the time. Matter of fact, there was a kid in my class, his name was Bill. I'm not going to give his last name because I don't want to embarrass him now. Maybe he's not feeling the same way, or maybe he is. But Bill had a huge crush on Madonna. Every day he would come in there with a picture of her, and you'd look at him and he had that love look on his face. And he had, you name it, Madonna was his thing. Madonna, Madonna. I don't know, maybe he feels that way now, but probably not. But yeah, he was always talking about Madonna. I always remember him when I see Madonna. But there's a few tunes. This used to be my playground. I love that tune. One of my favorite Madonna songs. And I mean, there's like a version. There's a ton of them. Cherish. What was that Spanish one? That one I loved. It's a really cool tune. For some reason, I was at the beach one time down at Long Beach, Belmont Shore, and I was walking, and on my headphones, my Walkman back then, the song came on. So now, when I hear that song, it brings me back. It brings me back to that time. You know, even though I heard that song hundreds of times, that situation pops in my head. But this used to be my playground. When that plays, I feel connected to that. You know, I remember all the places when I was a kid hanging out, and I picture myself as an adult now, an adult, walking around and kind of like the song playing in the background and looking at all the places that were my playground when I was growing up. You know, I had so many. Maybe one day I'll make a video where I'm walking around and kind of like looking at the places where I played when I was a kid, including a field, baseball field that was not too far from my house. Spent a lot of time there, you know, just, you know, doing things that occupied our time. All right, well, I put that the skewers, the souvlaki on the fire, and we'll see how it is. All right, ciao for this moment. All right, here I am with my daughter Isabella, and we're gonna try the beef skewer souvlaki right now. Go ahead, you can do what you feel like. Good. How was it? Tender. Delicious. Anyway, we're going to continue eating, and we're going to go off air. Ciao.